Driving in Gauteng is apparently becoming a much smoother ride. The Provincial Transport Department is spearheading a smart mobility weekend project by patching up potholes. MEC Jacob Mamabolo is part of the team working in Randfontein in the West Rand. Lindokuhle Xulu is there for us and joins us now. A very good afternoon to you, Lindo. So how long are we expecting this process to be going on for?
Well, we are expecting that it will be going on until the backlog in terms of road maintenance and some of the potholes we are seeing on the roads are eradicated. What we understand, this smart mobility project was aimed at was to alleviate some of the pressures that are seen on the road. The MEC of Transport in the province of Gauteng has told us that there has been a backlog that has been seen because of the COVID-19 lockdown. So there was no road maintenance, and that is why they've come up with this smart mobility project to actually work throughout the week and on the weekends to actually fix some of the roads. And you can see behind me some of those activities taking place. We understand that this is the 8th week that the smart mobility project has begun, and basically the maintenance of road as they move through one place to another around the province of Gauteng. But we are joined by the MEC of Transport, Jacob Mamabolo here, Morena, and we just want to get a sense of some of the successes they've seen. It's the 8th week this week, MEC, but just give us a sense of how this has been going and the response from some of the communities that are actually seeing some of this work come into their areas.
Well, I would like to say to the residents of Gauteng that, we are hard at work to deal with the problem that arose from the lockdowns of COVID-19, in which we saw bad road conditions because we couldn't work, heavy rains, and we know the risks that this poses to human life, to the cars of the people. So since we started in the city of Joburg, we went to Mirafo municipality, Rand West, Mfuleni. The feedback from the residents of our province has been very positive. What we are getting is that people really appreciate the work that is being done by the provincial government to eradicate the backlogs that have accumulated as a result of the lockdown. So our sense is that we are cracking the backlogs, and I'm quite sure that with the feedback period we have set up in October, we will even get more overwhelming feedback from the people demonstrating that good work has been done.
All right, October is of course Transport Month, but there is also a point of concern in terms of while you are battling this backlog that was created during COVID-19, there are some protests that we are seeing as well as we moved down to the alert levels. Service delivery protests where the burning of tires is another point of concern. Maybe just take us through that as well, MEC.
It is very worrying and deeply concerning that with a spike in protests, we are seeing also destruction of infrastructure with people going to the road. Remember that the road is made up of asphalt, and when it gets the heat with people burning tires, it actually destroys the road. One of the very sad examples where we saw this was at the Valley University of Technology in Sidibeng, where we saw how the road was badly damaged. We have seen this in Mamelodi and in various parts of the province. So we are appealing to people that let us please respect public assets. Let us respect the road network. It is the backbone of our economy. And we would like to say as the provincial government that when people have concerns, have issues, we obviously, and do not ignore that, we listen to them. That is why we have programs such as Interesal. So we are really appealing to the people that let us preserve, protect, and take care of the road network and any other public infrastructure. That is our appeal. We are also having a problem with people washing cars with water flowing into the roads. They're not aware that also damages the road, because water on the road is what causes the problem. We're also seeing boreholes in the farming community. When they are not properly taken care of and they've got leakages, this ends up going to the road network and it causes problems. So we are really appealing to the residents of our province that let us all together play our part in protecting the road network. Instead of people burning tires, they can call us. Our numbers are public. We are public representatives. We are there all the time. There is no reason why they must destroy the road in order to express a point about the issues that concerns them.
But you do not get there on time when people are protesting. You say that you respond to the people and don't ignore them, but there's a time when people protest for days and there's no leadership that comes to those communities, MEC, to actually respond. And that is why you see the frustrations playing out on the streets as well.
Well, let me acknowledge and agree that perhaps our response levels may not be at the same level, but the principle is there are platforms, there are structures, and it shouldn't take any justification. However, the frustration, let us not address a problem by creating another one. So there's no justification under all circumstances for destruction, particularly of infrastructure and the road network.
All right, MEC, we'll have to leave it there in the interest of time. But the MEC of Transport, they're taking us through some of the successes they're having with this smart mobility project, saying that, in fact, they are getting some positive feedback and they are still continuing with this particular project. And they said they've set a time that in the transport month, October, they will then be looking at the work and reporting back to the people as to what exactly are some of the pressures they've been able to alleviate. But a point of concern, again, in terms of the protests that we're seeing on the rise, to say that the burning of tires on the roads is one of the concerns around the fact that it is damaging the roads. So those are some of the issues. But admitting there that the response in terms of the leadership, in terms of government, when it comes to the grievances of the people, is also quite slow. So they also need to be looking into that particular issue of responding to the people who are calling out for government for various reasons.